Now, students, next topic that is a small topic that I am going to discuss. That is why 1991 is considered a year of divide. From my previous discussion that I discussed earlier, that I discussed that the behavior of India's foreign trade brings out a significant point that the volume of trade has tended to gain momentum only after 1990. It was seen that volume of trade means export and import or trade has tended to gain momentum only after 1990 because if we discuss in terms of India's contribution in international trade, then India's share in global trade had tended to decline. It declined from 1.8% in 1950-51 to 0.5%. That was only 0.5% in 1991, and it was 1.8% in 1950-51. You can see here the percentage of global trade. Percentage of India in global trade was 1.8% in 1950-51, that reduced to 0.5% in 1991. It was only after the initiation of economic reforms that India's share in the world trade has tended to improve. In 2017-18, India's share in export trade was 2.1% and import trade was 2.6%. But after economic reforms in 1991, before 1991, the volume of trade or percentage of global trade of India was merely 0.5%. That has increased after economic reforms, and it is around 2% in global trade. That's why 1991 is considered as a year of divide, or volume of trade has tended to gain momentum only after 1990. Why the contribution in global trade was merely 0.5%? These are the reasons. These reasons are, till 1990 we were relying on a different trade strategy. Before 1990, government have different trade strategy that I discussed my previous video, and now I am going to discuss what was the main trade strategy, and few trade strategies I already discussed. So, and next is, we were relying on inward looking trade strategies. That topic I have discussed in a nutshell, in short, but I will discuss now it in details their good effect and bad effect. So, because of inward looking trade strategy which failed to yield the desired result, this policy of the government which failed to give a expected result related to international trade. It was only in 1991 that we shifted to a strategy of export promotion. After 1991, new economic reforms took place, and in this policy, the objective of trade change, and they shifted to a strategy of export promotion, which triggered a rise in our export and import. Because of new policy, government India is able to trigger a rise in export and import. And because of failure of inward looking trade strategy, which the desired result, that is the result related to export and import, was not fruitful. That's why 1991 is considered a year of divide. Now, next topic I will discuss, that is inward looking trade strategy. What is inward looking trade strategy, and what are the positive and negative effect of inward looking trade strategy. Now students, that is another topic, that is inward looking trade strategies. Another name of inward looking trade strategy is import substitution strategy. I already used this topic in my previous class, but in that class I discuss it in short. Today I am just going to discuss it in detail. In this topic, I will cover what is inward looking trade strategies, their features, their positive and negative effect on Indian economy or in trade uh, till 1990. So, what is import substitution strategy? This is the strategy where the protection of the domestic industry through import restrictions and import duties, in the area of international trade. For protecting the domestic industry, government imposed restrictions on import and discourage import by levying heavy duties in the area of international trade. That is import substitution strategy. Before 1990, government policy was basically for protecting the domestic industry, so, and discourage import. And for discouraging import, government uh, put restriction on import on some goods, and for some goods levied import duties, high import duty is another kind of tax in the area of international trade. That is inward looking trade strategy. In my next video, I will discuss about the features of inward looking trade strategy and their positive and negative effect. Good morning students. In my previous video, I discussed about direction of trade in India. Before proceeding this chapter, I would like to again revise important point that I discussed in my previous video, so it would be easy for you to understand. Today I will discuss few questions also that I already discussed. So before this, I would like to revise important points that I discussed in my previous video in nutshell. So in my previous video, basically I discussed about what is direction of trade in India. So students, what is first thing is, what is direction of trade? Direction of trade refers to the country to which a country export its goods and services, and country from which it import. Means ki, if we talk in terms of India, it means direction trade of India. If we have to answer this question, then what is the meaning of direction of trade in India? It means which country India export its goods and services, and from which country India import goods and services. That is the direction of trade in India. Since 1951, direction of foreign trade had also undergone a substantial change. List of our trading partners has tended to expand over time, which points to our stronger foothold in the international market. After independence, it was seen that there is substantial change in foreign trade, and our trading partners has tended to expand over time. Before independence, we have limited trading partner. Most of the trade was occurred with Britain and few neighboring country. But after independence, the trading partners to whom India is trading has expanded. Presently, our major trading partners are United Arab Emirates and China, United States of America, Switzerland, Singapore, Australia, Iran, Hong Kong, South Korea, Indonesia, Japan, few European country like Belgium, Netherlands, and the United Kingdom also. This is the this we can say this is an sharp contrast to pre 1951 scenario when our international trade was confined or restricted largely to UK, United Kingdom, that is Britain, USA, and few Commonwealth countries. Commonwealth countries are those countries which was colony of the Britain till 1947. Now the next thing that is related to direction of foreign trade is in the recent years it is seen that UAE, United Arab Emirates, has emerged our leading trade partner. USA, United States of America, which were our leading partner till 2007-8, still remain a leading partner in India. After that, UAE and China means even till now, USA is the major partner in terms of trade in India. Means major trade Indian government do with United States of America, then after UAE, United Arab Emirates, and then after China. USA's share, if you talk in terms of share or percentage of share in India's export during 2018-19 was recorded to 15.9%, while that of United Arab Emirates was 9.1%. Likewise, China's share in India's export was recorded to be 5.1%. Through this data, we can say that yes, USA, United States of America, is largest trade partner of India because according to 2018-19, 15.9% of export India do with United States of America. Then after next is United Arab Emirates, their percentage is 9.1%. Means India sell their goods and services largely to United States of America, then United Arab Emirates, and then after China. Their Chinese contribution in Indian government export goods and services to China, and their contribution is 5.1%. As far as if we talk in terms of import, uh, China has occupied first position with 13.7% share, followed by United States of America, that is 6.9%. Then Saudi Arabia, Indian government import oil from fuel oil from Saudi Arabia, and that's why their contribution is 5.6%. And then after Switzerland, that is 3.5%. Through the contribution, through the percentage of import, sorry, then you can we can say that Saudi Arabia has also emerged as our significant trading partner, recording about 4% share in India's foreign trade between 2010-11 and 2018-19. Now, through this data, it is interesting to note that in the wake of globalization and free trade, Chinese goods had dominated the Indian market much more than the Indian goods in the Chinese market. Means we import, the percentage of import from China is far uh, bigger than whatever goods and services India export to China. It is more than twice. India export China is their percentage is only around 6%, and import, that is around total share of China and import is around 15%. So that is, the number is quite large. Consequently, our import from China has risen much more than our export to China. So that China has succeeded much more than India in harnessing the gains of international trade. Through these are the direction of trade of India. Now, I will discuss a few questions that are supposed to come in your examination. These are the important questions, and how to write their answer, that I will also discuss. So, students, here I am going to discuss two important questions that the topic which I discussed earlier. The first question, that export from India have tended to lag behind our import. What do you think is the principal reason behind it? The question is, why export is why in India import is far bigger than export, and what are the reasons, principal reason behind it? Means, in other form I can explain it with that uh, why India purchasing goods and services from the rest of the world is far bigger than India sell goods and services to rest of the world. What are the main or principal reason behind it? uh, in the topic of direction of trade, I have discussed about to which country India export and which country India import. So, through this discussion, you can write the answer in this way, that yes, uh, India have failed to promote our you can write in this way, India India failed to promote our export to the desired extent, basically basically because of because of our low competition, your competitive power in the international market international market. The biggest reason why India lag behind in export is India failed to promote export to the desired extent. Basically, desired means whatever uh, expectations. Basically, because of our low competition power in the international market. If uh, for buying sorry by selling for selling goods and services, it is very important that our goods and services must be up to the level of international market in terms of quality. So, in that sense, India's failed to promote export because our goods are not able to compete with the goods of another country. So, that is the reason of low export in India. Now, next one thing is also there, that on the other hand, if you discuss it in terms of import, yes, India's import more than export. Why the need of India's import more than export? Uh, uh, there are uh, very essential goods that India is not able to produce, or we don't have India do not have that resources. For example, crude oil. More than 75% of crude oil India import basically from Gulf countries, because uh, only 20 to 25% of crude oil are uh, produced in India, because these are natural resources, and for crude oil India do not have that natural resources. Second is, we are also lagging behind in terms of technology and industry. Most of the defense goods uh, that purchase India from the rest of the world, because defense goods are also essential goods, because this is very necessary for the safety and security of the country. That's why yeah, India imports more than the export. Now, next question is that is very that is applied question, high order thinking skills questions, like a massive fall in crude oil price has also led to a fall in our export. Specify one possible reason for this fact. Why the fall in the price of crude oil led to fall in our export? Because that massive fall in crude oil price has contributed to fall in our export. The most important reason for it, that a fall in crude oil price has led to fall in income of oil producing countries, especially Gulf countries, which the Gulf country which produce most of the crude oil. Accordingly, their demand for our product has declined, implying a fall in our export. Because of fall in the price of crude oil, students, the the income of Gulf countries also decrease, and because of decrease in their income, their purchasing power also decrease, and because of this they demand less that they used to demand previously. That's why the export of accordingly their demand for our product has declined, and implying a fall in our export. So these are the two questions. There are many more questions can be formed, but I discussed two important questions. So you can write their answer well.